Hey, Black woman. Hey, I believe I am live. This is the second time I've been trying this. So I wanted to do a little test to see if I'll actually go live because I am going to start the book study Tuesday, July 9th at 7 p.m. of Michelle Wallace's Black Macho and the Myth of the Superwoman. And I want this to be a super interactive, collective, juice flowing, history going Black women empowerment community. So I need to actually be able to have that space through live streaming. So I'm seeing that it looks like I am live. I believe so. It says it's live. So YouTube and its obstacles and its criteria, YouTube is getting worse and worse. Like the way it just be blackballing content, it's all these ridiculous, super intrusive and annoying things that you have to either overcome or meet. And I'm just so over it. This is why I prefer the Patreon platform because I control that platform. It's like-minded women. I could be as free as I want to. I could be as reckless as I want to with my mouth and my content, and I don't have to worry about someone flagging, someone getting their feelings, someone gaslighting, and so on and so forth. But aside from me knowing that yes, this works through Google Hangout, but nonetheless it works. I want to talk about my level up dating. So if you did not know, which honestly you don't really have to know, I'm just letting you know. I am dating again. I'm not dating exclusively and I'm not dating on some hookup thing. I'm more so just testing the waters because I like getting to know certain men. I like companionship, but I have my own goals and my own desires, and I'm not looking to settle down and I'm not looking to focus my energy on one particular man. So that's where I am in my life right now. I'm dating, I'm mingling, I'm getting to know people, going places, doing things, but I'm not committed to one thing or one person because I'm strictly focused on me and my goals. And my goals is to flourish in this podcasting game. As you know, Black Woman Vibes podcast every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Listen, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, and everywhere else you listen to your favorite streaming services. The mission statement of Black Woman Vibes is Black Woman Vibes focuses on empowerment through resourceful, informative guests, data-driven podcast topics, and exclusive subscription services that promote a shared experience of Black woman vibes. I say it so often, honestly. It's like, go, I'm on go. I could just whip it at you because I just say it so often. But yeah, I'm dating. And these are my tips, I would say, suggestions that I figured out, and I'll say it to y'all who will listen to this eventually when it comes to dating, is that go into dating knowing exactly what you want. Do not go into dating on some like, well, I mean, if I got a guy, he wants to do this, then sure, I'll do that. Because if you don't know exactly what you want while dating, you will settle for whatever. You will take whatever. Example, I was talking, when I say talking, I say briefly, like a couple of sentences exchanged. And he had confidence. He was cocky. Not cocky, but he had confidence. And I like that. And I was talking to a dude, and he's like, so what are you here for? And I'm like, basically, I'm looking for what this setting has to offer. I'm not looking for a relationship, but I'm definitely not looking for a hookup as either. I'm looking for companionship, like-minded men. And if it proceeds to go into the direction of a relationship, then I wouldn't hesitate for that. But that's not my main focus. So he's like, I'm looking for a hookup. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, it's not gonna work out. Wish you the best. Is what it is. And we just disconnected. I didn't take that personal because I was looking at him like, oh, he could be the one for me. We could have great time together. We have great chemistry. I wasn't. I was focused on exactly what I wanted. I exactly wanted what I said. I wanted companionship. I wanted to meet like-minded men. I wanted to see what there is to offer, what men in general in this setting have to offer. But I'm not settling. I'm not gonna put myself up in a hookup situation knowing that I want to hook up and then start getting cold feet when a dude is expecting something that I'm not trying to give. Or I'm trying to change his mind knowing that he strictly told me he's about his peen. So you need to know what you want and stand on your square 10 toes deep, regardless of what anybody else has to say. When it comes to finding quality men or a certain type of men, you go where your tribe is, so to speak. You go where you want these quality men to be. Example, if I wanted some hood dude, I would go to the hood. I would go to the trap. I would go to the local hood clubs or events. But if I want a certain type of guy, I would go to events like a lounge. I would go to boating events. I live near the water. I live in Massachusetts, so it's boating season. I would go to events that are about certain skills like tech or information networking. If you got a friend of a friend or a friend who is around the type of men that you want, you could ask that friend to hook you up or take you to events that these type of men that you want to engage with go to, and so on and so forth. You can't say you want a quality man, but you're going to these clubs where the patrons are straight out of college or they're in college, they're 21-year-olds. You're not going to find your love of your life in the club. Now, some people have, but the overwhelming majority won't. So you need to go where you would find the type of men that you want and go for them in the sense of talking, because I find this a lot. Men tend to spill their guts to me. They tend to look at me like I am father, and they're like, Father, I have sinned, and they confess a lot to me. And I don't know if it's because of my presence. I don't know if it's because of the way I carry myself, but they tend to spill their guts to me. Something you need to be mindful of is when a guy tells you what it is, don't try to rationalize it. Don't try to change it. Don't try to filter it out. Listen exactly what he said. Okay? So if he tells you that he has been a slut up in these streets, that he has never really taken any relationship seriously, and that now he is at a certain point in his life he wants to settle down, don't look at it like, oh, now he's ready to settle down. I could be the one for you. Be mindful that he told you he was slinging D for 10 years straight. Be mindful that most people, they're going to lie, but most people do not use condoms every single time. Also, be mindful for the fact that certain STDs like HPV, men can't get tested for it, or at least straight men can't get tested for it, but it will show up in women, especially the HPV strand that leads to cervical cancer. So you just heard that now he's ready to settle, but what I heard was this is an issue that you want to avoid. Your coochie wants to avoid that. Be mindful of that. Be in the moment, meaning just take things for what it is. Don't get caught up in your fantasies. Don't get caught up in your emotions. Don't get caught up in your desperation. Because a lot of women do that. They're like, oh, he likes me. He looks so good. He's so tall. We could be together. He could be my boyfriend. We could have children together. You're planning your whole future in the second date. Be in the moment, because when you're in the moment, you can catch certain things and you can vet certain things that when you're caught up in your head, you only want to see or hear what you want to see, what you want to hear. But when you're in the moment, you catch certain things. Maybe he's one of those people who are nice, nasty. They'll be like, oh, you're pretty. And you're like, oh, thank you. And he's like, but if I were you, I wouldn't wear those heels with that shirt. Like, that's not cute. So he's one of those backhanded. Like, I don't want to gas you up too much. I don't want you to feel too important. I want to diminish your shine a little bit to always have you on a hamster wheel chasing my validation. So one example of this was me and a guy. We were supposed to meet up first of all, before we were supposed to meet up, he was like, "Oh, we should meet up sometime. We should go out for drinks." And I'm like, I'm not really a go out for drinks kind of girl, but we can arrange something." And he was like, "Oh, do you want to come over? We can Netflix and wine." I was like, I don't Netflix and wine or Netflix and chill. Netflix, no. Wine, yes. So then he was like, "What do you want to do then?" And I'm like, "We can go out for dinner." He was like, "All right, we can go out to dinner at this specific location." The location he mentioned, I'm like, I know that area, and the only thing in that area is basically places where you stop in and stop out to get something to eat. It's not like a McDonald's or Chipotle, but it's like maybe a notch or two higher. It's not like you get to sit down, you have meals with actual silverware. Like it's not somewhere you would want to go on a date. At least not 20 something year olds. So I'm like, if you're not gonna invest in a date, then I don't want to invest my time in you because I have to get ready. I gotta do my nails, I gotta do my hair. This perfume over here, my collection of perfumes ain't cheap. So I gotta look my best to go to a place that is a notch or two higher than McDonald's. No. And then throughout the conversation between me and this guy, he was basically on some like, "You're cute." The example that I gave, he was on some like, "I want to gas you up, but not too much. I want to humble you a little bit." And I was like, "Oh, you got me fucked up. I am the shit. I am everything. I am all that in a bag of chips." Okay. So I was like, you can take that elsewhere. And when he saw that I wasn't engaging in conversation, I was dismissing him. Guess who was running back? Running back like a quarterback. Him. Why? Because I didn't feed into that. Why? Because I wasn't jumping through hoops. Why? Because I wasn't chasing his validation for Scooby Snacks. Because again, I am that chick. You are one of many. So if you can't get in line, you're gonna get out of line and you're gonna get gone. Period. Period. I know my worth, I know my quality, I know my value in this market. And if you can't understand that this is a good thing, I'm not gonna sit there and try to convince you that it's a good thing. It's your loss, not mine. Again, you're one of many. Get gone. And I blocked them. No sweat off my back. Again, I was in the moment and I was catching those little red flags and I was vetting thoroughly. If I was in my head and creating fantasies, I would have given him a chance. Maybe this is just a fluke, and we can work it out. No, because that's how you end up being in a years-long relationship with a dude who keeps pumping you with babies but don't take you seriously. No, ma'am, I ain't got that type of time or that type of energy. Bye bye. So a couple of weeks of vetting and talking, entertaining certain dudes or certain men. Dudes is kind of juvenile, kind of like less than, but I'll say men. I got one dude who wants to take me horseback riding, but he's a little bit older and he looks like he's more so looking for a woman that he can settle down with. We're about 10 years difference. And it's not dramatic for me. It's not like, oh my God, he could be my father, but it is like, oh my God, do you want to marry and have kids? And this chickadee ain't marrying a nobody, and this chickadee ain't having nobody's kids. But I can enjoy the companionship. I can enjoy this relationship. And I say relationship in the sense of like we're engaging, we're in each other's energy, we're in each other's vicinity, but not relationship in the sense of monogamy. And another thing with this whole and the girl will be going horseback riding. I was to go I was supposed to go this week. However, well, actually today, Saturday, but it's super duper hot. It's like 90 degrees. Child, no. I went to the beach yesterday and on my way back home, I literally thought I was having a heat stroke. Like, oh my God, I can't. I absolutely could not. And to go horseback riding today, the horse will be dying of thirst, and I would be too. It would not have worked out. So both of us did not um, proceed with those plans, but we were scheduled for next Saturday. So your girl will be going horseback riding. Yeehaw! Me and Lil Nas riding out, ride till we can't no more. But yes, back to what I was saying before. This generation I see is really into that whole hookup culture, and it's really into that whole non-gender, gender fluid, gender non-binary, non-monogamous. I see that a lot, especially on dating profiles, non-monogamous, non-monogamous, and I avoid those folks like the plague. Because that what that tells me is that you either fear commitment or you just want to hoe without being responsible to anybody. Again, your choice. I can't stop you. I'm not going to stop you. But also, it tells me that you're not paying attention to what's going on in these streets. Coachella was what, a month or two ago? Not a month or two ago. Maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, right? In Coachella, which I believe was in LA, they said that there was a spiking increase of herpes. Why? Because people were smutting up in Coachella. And before people say, oh, you're slut shaming me, okay? Whereas you can go get a vaccination or pills for, let's say, gonorrhea or chlamydia or syphilis, you can't for herpes. That's why they call it the gift that keeps on giving. Once you have herpes, you have it for life. Okay, so you might be YOLOing up and doing what you want to do, carefree, non-monogamous, but that one night or that one experience is going to carry on with you until the day you die. Now, is that truly worth it? And for you smart Alex out there who's going to say, well, you could just use condoms. Eh, you could. That's not going to do anything. Herpes is skin to skin. So even if you do wear a condom, it could still spread because it's skin to skin. It's not like HIV. You hear that? That's thunder. Before the thunder, there was lightning and it shot across my room. And I was like, that's never happened before. And then right after that, the thunder. I actually love it when it rains. I actually love lightning and thunder. Don't want to get my ass electrocuted, but I love seeing it's very beautiful to me. I think Mother Nature is very beautiful, very underappreciated. But yes, back to the topic. So I'm like, you could YOLO non-monogamous, live carefree, sling that D, but you better hope who you live with, the side effects don't haunt you for the rest of your life. So those who are on dating profiles and they're like non-monogamous, don't be one of those goofies who are like, yeah, I do want a relationship, I do want monogamy, but sure, I could date someone who's non-monogamous, who's in a relationship. I could pick a third wheel. Yeah, sure, why not? YOLO, new generation, doing us. Mm, till you catch feelings and old dude tells you, well, I'm in a non-monogamous relationship, but I was with my girlfriend for X amount of years and you will never be my girlfriend. You will never replace my girlfriend. You can't even be my second girlfriend because, YOLO. Or you on some freak shit and you get up and you find out that you got HIV. I preach about it and I'll continue to preach about it. Atlanta has an epidemic of HIV between gay and bisexual black men at a rate of 50%. And a lot of men who sleep with other men, they don't want to call themselves gay, but there are men who sleep with men, the terminology to make them feel comfortable about what they do between the sheets or in the back seat of a car or in the bushes, whatever. They don't necessarily tell the woman that they're engaged to. And I'm saying engaged not in the sense of like I propose, but in the sense of like intimacy, sexual relations with. They're not going to tell those women, oh, I sleep with other men. Look at Lil Nas X. He's never been seen with a woman, never seen kissing up on a woman, came out as gay, and all these dudes are talking about, well, Brad, so you can't no more. Oh, that's gay, he gay. A lot of these dudes, you wouldn't know that they're gay or they're bisexual. Super hoped out, tough, gangster, gangster in the trap. Me and my niggas guns blazing, rah rah masculinity, toxic masculinity at that. Come to find out they like dick. And I'm one of them people. I don't care. I don't care what you like, who you like. Just make sure it's not animals, and make sure that it's not rape, and make sure it's not kids. Those are my three criteria. But everything else, I mean, shit, YOLO. But if you don't vet properly, you don't listen to your intuition, you don't strap up with that condom, you don't get the testing, we both don't get testing, you might find out that he got something that not you got. And HIV is a very, very expensive disease. Those pills are literally life and death, and those pills are not cheap. You better make sure that you have really good health insurance, or you make really good income, or someone's looking after you, because those medications are not cheap. So think about that when you're dating. And it's okay if you're dating someone and you like someone more than the other person, because I always say date more than one people at the same time. You do not owe nobody nothing. You are dating for you. You're trying to find what you're trying to find. You do not need to date one person at a time. You can date multiple people at the same time, because there might be a better option. And if you feel like there's a better option, someone that better suits you, there's no problem saying, yeah, this was great. Appreciate your time, but I don't really see this going forward. Can we stay friends? You know, you're a really great person, but I don't see it moving further than this. There's nothing wrong with that. You not feel like you owe it to this person, or you owe it to whatever situation that you had, that you have to stay down to prove that you're down. You don't want to be seen in a certain way. Hey, it's life. Life isn't always fair. Sometimes things run its course, and that's perfectly fine. But you need to know when it's done to let it be done. Don't get stuck on what it could be and its potential. Well, I just gotta wait and see. No, if it's done, it's done. And that's okay. Because you're dating for you, not for him, not for his opinions, but for you. And if it's done, it's done. Me, when it comes to dating, I don't even got time for stupidity. I don't got time for to fill in the blanks. If I feel like you giving me that bad vibes, or you said something that was just basic and you couldn't understand it, I move on to the next. I'm at that point in my life. I ain't got that type of time to be waiting it out. I ain't got that type of time to be explaining the most mediocre thing. Um, I vet out black men. I'll be honest with you. I don't choose black men. I'm not interested in black men. If you're going on dating sites, I would say there is a hierarchy to dating sites. Most dating sites are for you a free version or a paid version. But again, there's a hierarchy to things. Tinder and Plenty of Fish, those are the most bottom shelf dating apps. Let me be honest with you, because they're hookup apps. You'll see a lot of non-monogamous. You'll see a lot of hookup. That's what they are there for. So you're taking a chance when you go on these apps. A lot of these apps where someone ends up missing, or someone ends up murdered or raped or something, is associated with the Tinders and the Plenty of Fish, because again, it's a young hookup app. Now you might find a rare gem that's about some ish, who's trying to get their stuff together, already has their stuff together, just trying to find someone who will be a good companion, a good mate, possibly lead to a forever happily ever after. But most often than not, people on Tinder are looking to hook up. So if you're looking to date, Tinder wouldn't be that place. Even the premium section, I guess those who want to pay for it, you might be able to talk to someone from Norway, but you live in the United States, I guess, because they offer international, which isn't a bad thing. When I say dating and opening your options, that also means other races, other ethnicities, other cultures, but also other countries. I tell you, my favorite brand of man is European. And I have my reasons behind that. And maybe in another episode or live stream video, whatever, I will discuss why I prefer Europeans. But that's great and all, but still it's a hookup app. So you're paying for top premium hookups. If that's not what you're interested in, then again, why would you settle for that? Why would you engage in that knowing that that's not your steez? That's not what you're looking for. You're not going to be able to change these men's opinion or give up the coochie and then be like, all right, well, now that I give you your coochie and you really enjoyed it, I guess we can go out for a night dinner. He's not interested in that. This is why you put yourself first when you're dating. You're not putting the interest of the man first. You don't get caught up in your feelings and what could be. You're stuck in what is, and your aim is to always get what you want out of it and to center who? Yourself. Ding, 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 ding. I would say a more premium tier would be the eHarmonies, the OK Cupids, the what's the other one? The Hinge. Those tend to be even coffee meet bagel. They tend to have more quality men because you might have the most basic quote unquote entrepreneur, and again, you got to look through the bullish. Someone tells you that they're an entrepreneur or they're a musician, and they're not talking about musician like I play in the orchestra, I play the violin, I play the harp. They're talking about SoundCloud. It's a dub. He's gonna waste your time. He's gonna try to slang D to you in his mama's basement. No, curve, read between the lines, see what it is and what it ain't, and move to the left, move to the right. Don't get caught up. Miss that line of fire. But yes, those apps tend to be more premium. You'll have the most basic, like I'm an entrepreneur, meaning I ain't got no job, or you'll meet those who are like attorneys or doctors. I've seen a couple of doctors or lawyers or people of that quality. So it depends on what you're looking for as well as what type of man that suits you. When it comes to attraction, because attraction is basically whoever's looking at you determines your attraction value. This means putting your best foot forward. I know a woman who's in her 30s talking about, well, I shouldn't have to wear makeup and I shouldn't have to do anything special with my heels. I shouldn't have to dress up and I shouldn't have to wear heels. If a man's gonna like me, he's gonna like me. If a man's gonna want to be with me, he's gonna want to be with me. You know, like it's probably the reason why you've been single for the last 7 years. You want marriage, you want to be taken seriously, but you don't take yourself seriously because you don't want to baboon yourself a little bit. I'm not saying get that plastic surgery, get a gastric bypass. I'm not saying lighten your skin. I'm not saying none of that goof stuff that Instagram is selling you. I'm saying just make yourself more presentable. Not saying that you look ugly coming out of your home, but there's nothing wrong with putting a little blush. There's nothing wrong with putting a little curl in your hair. There's nothing wrong with putting a little bit of lipstick. There's nothing wrong with vavooming your attire. Because when you're a wallflower, no one sees you. But when you are a swan, a flamingo, um, what's that bird that I like? The thing that Cardi has on her leg. Dang, peacock. Even though the peacock is the male version, because when it comes to animals, the male species of animals tend to be the most beautiful, except with the human species, it's the women who tend to be most beautiful. But that's nonetheless. There's nothing wrong with putting your best foot forward. And a lot of women get comfortable with, oh, I don't have to do that. You're gonna like me for me. And I'm like, okay, cool. Tell me what it is when you're 45 still saying the same thing, watching your friends get married, watching your friends have kids, watching your friends have grandkids, living their best life with the mate because you wanted to be stubborn on, oh, you're just gonna like me for me. Now that doesn't mean that you always gotta cake your face. I don't wear makeup all the time. I wear makeup when I'm going out, and it depends. Because in the summertime, like now, I won't wear makeup, but it's the most lightest and refreshing makeup. It is not heavy at all. Okay, it's one of the makeup when I come home. I take the makeup remover. I just one swipe and it's gone. I like my skin to be easy, breezy, breathable in the summertime, as well as I have oily skin. So the last thing I want to do is beat my face to the gods and my skin can't breathe and now I'm breaking out and all this other stuff. I don't need that. I don't do that. And sometimes I'll go out and have my makeup. I'm still useful. I'm still youthful. I still get carded. It's not even an issue. I take care of my body. I exercise regularly. I drink my water. I drink my fruits and vegetables. I mind my business. I have good cosmic karma. So yeah, I'm good and I'm young. But that doesn't mean that when it comes to profile pictures, I won't put the best image out there. That doesn't mean that I'm showing my boobs and pushing out my butt. Because again, what you're putting out there is what you're attracting. You might get the lawyer, but most likely than not, you're gonna get the SoundCloud rapper. And there's a way of being sensual, attractive, flirty, without being so titties in your face. It depends on how you dress, how you do your makeup. It mostly depends on honestly your face, your smile, the way you pose, how you do your makeup. That's what's going to attract the guys to be like, oh, she's attractive, she looks good, I'm interested. As well as what you put in your description. Because they'll always ask you, what are you doing? What are you looking for? Whatever. Be as detailed as you want to be, but leave some mystery. Meaning, let's just say I'm filling out a profile. I got a nice little couple of pictures. You don't have to do too much, but like three at minimum, I would say. And one at least has to be a full body picture. In the description, I would say, hey, my name is Dee. I live in the Massachusetts area. I am a single Black woman in my late 20s. I have a career in podcasting, and I also have another career. Um, I'm very cultured. I've been to 5 European countries, and I plan to go on many more. I'm here because I'm looking for companionship as well as I want to see where things go. But my main focus is growing my brand, is to continue forward with my goals, and I would like to experience that with a mature man who would like to go on this journey with me. Um, if you feel like you meet the criteria, let me know. You can message me, contact me, whatever. Um, Feel free to message me. And maybe a little something to get the conversation started. So like truths and a lie. Um, I'm 5'7". I am my favorite color is purple. Um, I've been to California. So the person reading the profile will be like, okay, what's the two truths and what's the one lie? It gets the conversation started. As well as if you're a woman who is like me, a Black woman, and you're looking to interracially date, put that in your profile so you already know what it is and they already know what it is. Because there might be other races of men who would like to contact you, but because you're a Black woman, their perspective is, oh, you don't like other races of men, you're probably into Black men. I might not want to get snubbed. I don't want to get that rejection because I already know what it is. So put that in there. I'm a Black woman who's looking to interracially date. Boom. You don't have to say, oh, I don't like Black men, divestment. I'm looking for a brand. You're doing too much. You don't have to do all that. You could just put at the bottom, oh, I'm looking to interracially date. Boom. Any man reading that profile already knows what it is and what it ain't. The Black dudes already know that interracially date means not them. The non-Black men see it and they're like, oh, that means interracially dating. She's Black. That means me. So the white guys are like, oh. The Asian guys are like, oh. The Latino guys are like, oh. The Indian guys are like, oh. And they'll proceed. Another thing about telling too much too soon, and I've noticed, and I actually canceled the guy because of this. We were talking, we were just engaging, the friendly conversation like who you are, what's your name, where you're from, this and that and third. But the dude just wanted to know too much too soon. Dude hasn't even recommended when he would like to schedule a date, but he was already on some like, what's your number? What's your name? Where do you live? Where do you work? And I'm like, in conversation, that's not an issue. But when I don't know you, haven't met you face to face, you're already trying to get me to dig up all my information. I gotta ask myself, is that weird? And I actually asked people, do you think that's weird? Do you think that's just too much too soon? And the same people that ask were like, yeah, that's kind of weird. And one person said, when someone does that, I presume that you trying to do something bad to me. Now, I'm not going to say dude was trying to be malicious, but I did find it too much too soon. Too much too soon. We haven't had any real conversation about anything, even something as trivial as like, what's your favorite color? And don't waste your time answering those goofball questions because that don't mean nothing. Questions that you should be answering, questions that you should be entertaining are like, okay, what are your aspirations? What are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you do? What do you do for work? Do you enjoy what you do for work? What kind of family you come from? Those are things that tells you about this person's personality and this person's background and experiences. Things as trivial as what's your favorite color, what sports team, and all that other goof stuff, that don't even matter. It really don't even matter. And if it does matter, it matters on your birthday. What's your favorite color? Because I was thinking about getting you a Chanel bag. It runs in yellow, purple, and black. What do you want? Oh, you want the purple? I got that for you. Boom. What kind of flowers do you want? I want to take you out on a date and I want to put my best foot forward. Oh, you like sunflowers? Boom, got you sunflowers. That's when it matters. It doesn't matter in the getting to know phase. Because who cares if your favorite color is yellow? What does that do when it comes to a relationship? What significance does that have? The significance of, oh, your father was in your life and you have a pretty shitty relationship with your father, that is a red flag. That's a lot of significance. But me knowing that your favorite color is blue doesn't really mean anything. I give you another example. There was a guy who asked me what was my favorite date. Again, do not take cheap dates. Do not take coffee dates. Do not take, even though drinks at bars, depending on what bar it is, it can run expensive, it can run cheap. The cheapest bar that I've ever went to, a drink was like $7. And then other bars, the drinks were like damn near almost $20. But and usually when it's like places like that where the drink is almost $20, that drink is so light. It's like, what is this? What is this? Water with a hint of alcohol? Anyways, or juice with a hint of alcohol. But anyways, um, so the dude asked me, what's my perfect date? What's my idea of a perfect date? And I told him, my idea of a perfect date is that I would like flowers because I do like flowers. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a flower guy. I love me sunflowers. Roses are cool. I'm not gonna knock roses, but I love me sunflowers. I just feel like it defines me. It's tall, it's vibrant, it's big, it's beautiful. I just love sunflowers. I feel like it describes me to the T, besides me being brown and sunflowers are yellow, but nonetheless. And actually, sunflowers do come in different colors, but that's not the point. So I was like, I like flowers, specifically sunflowers. I like a box of chocolates. I would like to go out on a date to a restaurant with a really nice view because I'm one of those people. I love me a good deal. Or at a decent seafood restaurant because I love me some seafood. And he was like, and then I was like, we can talk over dinner and really get to know each other and this, that, and the third. Anybody listen to this, I don't think it was too outrageous. I tell you to fly me out. I tell you to take me to Mars. I think what I said was reasonably accommodating. Dude was like, dude took a long time to respond. He was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, uh-huh. And he was like, that's nice. And I'm like, uh-huh. So you gonna what? Forward this with okay, I'm available this time, this day, let's book it, meet you there. Like, where's this going? So dude proceeds to ask me a couple days later, hey, am I available for a date? Am I available for a drink? Guess what you think I did? I blocked them. Quick, fast, in a hurry. And I'll tell you why. You asked me what I wanted. Look at Mother Nature agreeing with me. Everybody knows that I'm about to go with. So I tell you to the T what I wanted. I give you beginning, I give you middle, in the end, hey, we'll see what happens. But you asked me what was my ideal perfect date. And that's not even perfect to me. That's just like, I wouldn't say basic, but that's like beginner's level. I didn't ask anything outrageous, super, diamonds are forever. I just said the most, here it is, this is what it is. And you respond back with drinks. So you either thought that I was too high maintenance, and that might be the Taurus in me. Maybe that does sound high maintenance. I don't know. I don't think it does, but I'm a Taurus, and you already know my sign. We like things. We bad and bougie. But I give you my answer. And instead of saying, oh, well, I can't accommodate that, or could we go for something different, you try to sweep what my answer was under the rug. You try to act like I didn't respond. You didn't see what I said. You try to overlap that, delete that, reject that, step around that, curve that to give me something as basic as let's go for drinks. So, in my opinion, the way I saw that was you're either too cheap and you want a cheap date, or you don't value my standards. And regardless of which one it was, it don't even matter because I'm not interested. Because that tells me on the long run, you're going to try to cheapen me and cheapen me and cheapen me and give me bare bottom things. If I say 10, you're going to tell me 8. I say 8, you're going to tell me 5. I say 5, you're going to tell me 3. I say 3, you're going to tell me 0. And now we get into the negatives. You're always going to try to lessen me, cheapen me, give me the bare minimum because I accepted it the first time. And I've always said, set your standards high. Because if you allow him to cheapen you one time, he's going to continue to try to cheapen you. He's always going to try to undercut you and shortchange you because you accept it once. And if you accept it once, you're probably going to accept it again. So don't let him play you on that fugazi shit because he knows better. If he can't meet you where you're at, then go off, get yourself right. And if I'm still available and I'm still open to it, then we can proceed. But don't try to cheapen me because you can't meet my standards. That's not what's going to happen. You either gonna come correct or you're gonna get deuced. But regardless of what, I'm not gonna lessen myself for you or anyone. And that's how you go into dating. Because it is kind of like chess. It's kind of like salsa. We're giving, we're taking, we're vibing, we're coming to parties at to one table, and we're trying to see where we fit into each other's agendas. That's dating. So don't go in there feeling like you have to acquiesce, you have to compromise, you have to be this thing, his desire, because if you don't get him, he doesn't like you, and then how does that make you feel? And what if there are plenty of fishes in the seas. And the thing about vetting is if you thoroughly vet, you're gonna get more, not you're gonna get more. Let me rephrase that. You're going to give more no's than you do yes. Because when you're vetting, you're basically filtering. You start with 100 and you're downsizing to 30. So you're going to get more no's than you get yeses because you're filtering. If you're getting more yeses than you are no's, then you just might be Beyonce. Or you're not vetting properly and you're letting everything go through. And unfortunately, you're going to get the results of that. But that's a few of my leveling up dating experiences. Let me know in the comment section, did this reside with you? Would you like me to continue this commentary? I'll let you know what horseback riding is like when I do it on Saturday, and I'll let you know that repertoire, and I'll let you know what else I've been engaging in, men that I have been meeting. I'm not gonna post nobody's faces, nobody's name, nobody's personal information, but I'll give you enough for you to understand, but not too much for you to be nosy. Okay. But yeah, I touched on some things that actually made sense, actually helped, and can make you do better when it comes to dating, because we could all do better. We can all do better. And come to the table with self-esteem. Do not come to the table with desperation, because men can sniff that out. If they can see that you're going to accept less than, or you're looking for validation, Scooby snacks, or you just really, really want to be in a relationship, trust and believe me, it will take advantage of that. You are like a rabbit running through a pack of wolves. You don't want to do that. And you as a woman thinking that you're just gonna bat your eyelashes and be nice and be pretty and he's gonna do right by you, you're gonna get devoured, because it's just in a man's nature. So if you're gonna date for you to get what you want, and you to go for the win, center yourself, be unapologetically you but polished, and enjoy yourself, have fun. No strings attached. You don't owe nobody nothing. And if a man acts up once, cut him. We grown and we want certain things. I'm not about to hold your hands and coddle you and make excuses for you and give you 50, 11 chances. You mess up once, that's it. Deuce, deuce. Again, you are one of many. You will be replaced. This is a filtering out process. You will be replaced. Step down. Everyone who got a number one, step up. Everyone who got a number two, step down. Everybody who's number two, you've been eliminated. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And there's more fishes in the sea, in the words of Farside. There's other fish in the sea, that is, in the sea. In the sea, that is. There's other fish in the sea, that is, in the sea. So don't even trip. Anyways, I want to end this live stream. I see that it works. I want to see if it's going to actually save, but this was fun. Let me know in the comment sections if I hit everything right. Was this informative? Would you like a continuation, like I said, of this experiencing of leveling up and dating, what I have experienced, and the type of men that I've met? And yeah, be back July 9th on Patreon, 7 p.m., because we will be going over Michelle Wallace's Myth of the Superwoman Complex. Whatever tier you select, you will have access to that book study, the live stream, as well as participate while the live stream is going on. Also, other videos that I put on Patreon because it's too controversial for YouTube. So you good, as well as the packages that go to the tier. So again, you're good. If you did not know, baby girl is doing tarot card readings, and baby girl has gotten raving reviews. I have done it for friends. I have done it with associates. I've done it with people I only know through a username on social media, and they have said I've done it and read correctly. Okay, I ain't saying I'm Miss Cleo up in these streets, but baby girl can read your aura. So if you would like to book a session with me, it's about an hour to an hour and a half, because the way I do it is that I break it up into 5 categories: past, present, future, challenges, and overall reading. So when I do a reading for anyone, I'm going into those 5 categories. I draw 3 cards, I interpret them, as well as when you're asking me to do your aura, I ask you what is your question, cause, or desire. Those are the 3 categories I do readings on. So if your question is, how will my future turn out to be? And when you ask questions, it has to be a legitimate question. It can't be no or guess. It has to be a question that is thorough, so I can get a deeper reading into it. Telling me, like, I don't know, will I get married in the next 3 years? Like, I need something deeper than that, something that is meaningful. Cause, let's say you want me to figure out, will your grandmother be able to defeat cancer because you worry that she's the only family member that you have, and if she dies, you won't have anyone. Then I'm like, all right, that's your cause, your desire. Will me and my I don't know, next door neighbor become an item because I feel like me and him have great chemistry. Like, make it something I can really get deep into. And I might ask you a following question, maybe two or three questions regarding your question, cause, or desire. And then I get into work. It takes me about an hour to an hour and a half to complete the reading because depending on how much I draw from the card in the energy, that's what I'm going to report back to you. So it might take me a while. Sometimes it takes me as minimum as 2 to 3 pages, and I've done a reading that took me about 5 pages. And I write them down, I break it down, and I send it to you. I do readings via DM, email, and a phone number that you could call me, but it's not my personal number because I'm not goofy. It's my business number. And when you hit that lineup and we work together, um, yeah, I can do it for you. And the reading is $30. And the more clients that I have, the more bookings that I have, it might go up. So 30 is the most basic level because I am doing a lot of work for that 30, but as well as my clientele, I'm building that up. So check that out. If you are curious as to know how good I do my tarot reading, you can go on my Patreon because I have videos, 2 videos actually, of my tarot. I don't know why I say Toro because I'm a Taurus. My tarot card reading. You can go on Patreon, see my tarot card reading on Chris Brown, and then we ended up talking about Halle Berry, as well as how does Disney feel about the backlash of Haley being the Black Ariel, as well as Megan from the show Love After Lockup. And then I did another reading on if Black women will eventually divest from Black men. So you can see the results of that on Patreon. Again, Black Woman Vibes every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern on Listen, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube, and wherever else you listen to your favorite streaming services. Season 1 is coming to the end, so if you have any suggestions for Season 2, what you would like to hear, what you would like to see, how you want to participate, how to make it more super interactive, let me know, and Baby Girl will figure it out. So the upcoming episode will be about colorism, the colorism archetype. And it's funny because Chris Brown just showed his ass and told you that Black girls have skid row edges and how he prefer quote unquote good hair. In the colorism archetype episode, I have at least, not even least, I have more than 15 songs of your favorite Black male rappers telling you that they prefer everything but your image, how they highlight and they pedestalize light skinned women and non-black women, and they are all on social media dragging your image, harassing you, denigrating you. But then if they get shot up or something racial happens to them, or they're trying to pander to you like Drake is infamously known, all of a sudden I love Black women, Black women in my house, Black queens, Black queens. Meanwhile they're chasing and thirsting at everything but your image. So we get into that podcast episode to explain why they do this, why it's Black women's fault, because you have allowed your sons to devour your image to the world. When C. Dolores Tucker told you, do not let these men call you bitches and hoes on wax, some of y'all said, you're just a mean, bitter old bitch. And now those words came back to bite. When you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. And the clown are your sons, and they are devouring you, and the world is judging you because you've allowed it. You will never see white women let anybody erase them or get on their pedestal. That's why they're mad at Haley for becoming the first Black Ariel. Asian women would never allow it. Latina women would never allow it. Middle Eastern Indian, you name it, they would never allow it. But Black women have. And now they have to eat crow. So we get into that podcast episode. It'll be available on Wednesday. So check that out. Join the Patreon for exclusive videos that will not be put on YouTube again because it's too controversial. I don't need the gaslighting. I don't need the flagging. I don't need the ad hominem attacks. I don't need that. So it's just on Patreon. If you are a member, you will have first access to it as well as other benefit packages. Again, come back for the book study July 9th at 7 p.m. And we'll live stream like I am now, but I have my notes. So I suggest that you get the book so you can read it chapter by chapter with me. And then we can go over certain sections and paragraphs within the book and thoroughly analyze and expand on the ideas and compare what she was saying back in the 70s to now. The Hoteppers, the new Eldridge Cleavers, your Tariq Nasheeds, your Omar Johnsons, your Polites. No different than the Black Panthers who's talking all that Black power, Black love, defeating white supremacy, defeating racism. Just to what? Just to what? Chase after white women and tell you that your image reminds them of slavery. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Stay tuned for that. Isn't it time for Black women to live and live well? Be the best version of yourself by mastering yourself. Don't forget to find me on Facebook, Black Woman Vibes, Instagram, Black Woman Vibes, Twitter, Black Woman Vibes, YouTube, Black Woman Vibes, and Patreon, Black Woman Vibes. I also forgot to say on Patreon is a community that I'm building with like-minded women. So a lot of these videos that I do put out in the social sphere, slowly but surely I will be reclining and uploading the videos, and they will strictly be going onto the Patreon platform. And once you have access to the Patreon platform, you will also have access to the private Facebook platform, which is a community of Black women who are all about centering themselves in the win, who are leveling up, who are divested, and who are not focused on what Black men are or aren't doing. They're focused on themselves and living their best, unapologetic lives. Okay? Be blessed, be enlightened, be loved, and I will see you, or you will hear me in the next video, which will be July 9th at 7 p.m. So, see you soon.